Hey everybody, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and today I'm joined by...
Me, Nerdarchist Dave.
As you can see, we are without a Nate this week. He is apparently dealing with some car issues and rethreading spark plug things and what have you. Doing that non-nerdy stuff.
It's almost like he's sports balling.
Sports balling.
Yeah, might as well be sports balling. You know, I always forget, and it's not until after we start, I'm like, we should just bring out Domo and put Domo in Nate's spot. maybe put a corduroy jacket on him for old time's sake.
We always think about it after.
A bonnet. Put a bonnet on Domo.
I'll have to talk to the wife and see if she can make a bonnet for Domo.
I wonder if we can get the Nerdarchy thong on Domo.
He does need to wear clothes.
It'll just get more and more ridiculous. So what up, nerds? What's going on today? We're going to be giving away 5 sets of gunmetal dice from Easy Roller Dice for all your dice rolling needs.
Yep, all your dice rolling needs. All
so
of them.
At some point we'll do that. So apparently I put one number in the thumbnail and I put a different number in the title. So I'll have to go back and figure out which is which at some point.
Yeah, they'll just have to fix it. That's all.
That's all.
Fix it.
So apparently people showed up and started chatting around 12:30.
Yeah, well, apparently there's not enough Nerdarchy stuff.
And they chatted for like an hour.
It is true.
So
I was kind of in there, looking at some of it as we were, in between videos and what have you.
So I don't think we have anything to talk about today.
Well, we've got the list of winners for Easy Roller Dice. I have some other stuff that has shown up to get put into our giveaway pile.
Well, I mean, from our, this is what we're supposed to talk about on week X.
No, we don't have any of that.
This is the freebie. We should have just got, popcorn or something, and we just sit here and eat popcorn for an hour and don't say anything.
I mean, we all know that, there's certain people that come into the chat, and they don't really care about what we're here to say. They're here to talk to each other.
That is true. It's just a place to hang out.
We could totally grab some chips and just, sit here and read the chat, and you guys, chat away listening to us munch on chips.
Xander Olila, I wish I could watch now, but I'm watching Bayern Tear BVB, a new one. I don't even know what any of that means. Should I know what that means?
So Bayern Tear BVB, a new one. So I'm guessing that's some kind of fight thing. It could be a death match. It could be some kind of boxing thing.
It's a mystery. So Nerder Doug says we've got our first 5-star review from Hit Dice to Heroics on the website. Woo woo. I know there was another review comment or whatever I left. It was really good, and people have been leaving really cool comments on the YouTube video where we announced the product was live and talked about it. And thanks everyone who's bought it, because I think we're closing in on 50 of them already.
Nice.
So you guys seem to like it. And Nerder Doug did such a great job putting this together. We found some art that we could actually afford to get into this one, and it was because this thing was a little more generic. We didn't need really super specific art, so he did a really good job of making it look good. Even the cover, I was blown away. I mean, in the Fantastical Mounts, we had the piece from Nelson, which was really cool, but it's hard to stretch that one piece out over the whole product.
Right.
So now the question is we're working on our next product. We have our Kickstarter in the works we've been talking about. So I guess we can talk about that a little bit too if you guys are interested in hearing about that. And
don't believe what Doug's saying here. Yeah. Team effort. Please put your thanks for Nerd of Their Dog for this product. That's what Dave is wanting. I'm totally going to support it because
he did a lot of work.
Doug is super awesome with all the stuff he does.
He did the layout on it. He put together the PDF for us, and he actually did the dictation from all the videos we did, and all we did was the forward and read through and tweak some things here and there, but for the most part, Doug had did all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool. And now we have the next product we're working on, which is I'm not sure when we're gonna release that. Me and Doug were talking about it a little bit earlier today. It's like, we plan on releasing a Kickstarter April, May. Do we want to release the next product too close to that? Isn't an issue. But then like all of our PDFs are only a couple bucks, so it's not really. I don't know that it's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, buy the products that you want and can afford. We're not gonna show up at your house with baseball bats and saying, "Buy our PDFs." It's not gonna happen.
No, we're gonna reserve that for the Kickstarter. No. So the next product is Good Monsters. What do you guys think about that? There isn't that many good monsters, and there's definitely not a ton of variety in the monster manual and the books we have. So we're coming up with a book, and it's going to be just good monsters. It's not going to be a lot. It's going to be kind of like similar to Fantastical Mounts. I mean, all of these products we're shooting to do about a dozen pages,
right,
and just charge a couple bucks for them.
And we are trying to workshop a good title for that. And like the idea behind it is we want to make stuff that looks monstrous, but has a good alignment so that you can have something that would be a cool role-playing encounter, as well as the mechanics to be able to go and have it fight should there be a need to do so. It could defend holy sites. It could do all this kind of cool stuff. But we're not really sold on any of the names we've got so far. To me, the leading contender is Not So Cuddly Critters.
Not So Cuddly Critters.
Yeah.
Not bad, but good. What was the song from Log? It's not. We just steal that tag.
Better than bad, it's good.
Yeah. These monsters are better than bad, they're good. There we go. There's the title.
So feel free to pop any suggestions you might have. Elfbait in the chat. He has actually kind of lent some of his writing skills, and we've been bouncing ideas back and forth for quite a while now. So he's actually going to have a writer's credit on this one as well. Unsung Monstrous Heroes. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be heroes, though. So, we're working... I guess we have a couple names. We have the Golden Chimera in there so far. We have the Daydream.
The Daydream. That one is your creation, and I don't want to tease anything more than that out because it's just so awesome.
Just know it's related to two other monsters in the monster manual that are completely different from each other.
Yes.
So how's that?
That's a good one. That doesn't really give a lot away. We have some planar hopping stuff going on.
We have jellyfish.
We have jellyfish, and that one is Nate's brainchild, and I think once that's all said and done, I think that's going to be pretty darn interesting, but probably the least used of the bunch, because clearly it's jellyfish, so it's going to be for nautical games. If you're not out on the sea, you're not really going to encounter those guys.
What is it? Somebody Wolf. Dimitri Wolf. I keep thinking Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them, but that's copyrighted. It is. And we already have Fantastical Mounts, so... So we're looking tentatively at late April, early May to release the Kickstarter. We're starting to get back the art on it, and the art we got so far is pretty awesome looking.
We got the proof concepts for a handful of things, and they look pretty nice. I want to see them, touched up, cleaned up, and I think they're going to be pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, so I guess let's delve into the Kickstarter a little bit. So we're taking Series 1 from Mike Gould. 52 out-of-the-box encounters. We're going to be dropping that into one product. We might do more than 52. I don't know yet. We're still on the fence between some of that stuff, and for book size and things like that. It's going to be a hardback book. It is going to be in essence a kind of a special edition release, because we're only going to sell the physical book through the Kickstarter.
Right.
We don't want to stack stuff all over Ted's house. Or my house or Nate's house. So after that, it'll only be through the PDF. We also got some really cool things planned with it. One, the good thing is it's pretty much all written.
Right.
It needs to be edited and gone over, but it's all written. But we want to put art with it, and we want to put maps with it, and we want to get it all in a physical book. So that's going to be cool. And we're also partnering up with Arknight. And that part's going to be really cool because that means every encounter in the book, we're going to have Pleroclastic minis for them, the pawns. So I think that's really cool. And we're going to also have maps that, not only will there be maps in the book, but there will also be I don't know what they even call them. What do you even call those?
They're just battle mats.
Yeah, they're basically battle mats, but they're going to be the battle mats. Each encounter will have its own battle mat. And some of them will actually be kind of universal. Like, so on the areas that are generic.
All right, so I did the research on this one.
Yeah.
So let me take this one over. All right, Arknight makes these awesome products. They don't, in my eyes, they don't get enough play. While yes, their stuff is made it out to GM Tips and a variety of other places. I just don't think they get enough word out to the awesome community. So we wanted to highlight some of their stuff. Now, reading through the adventures that Mike has already written, there's some areas that's like, oh, this is in a forest clearing. Okay, well, you add a forest clearing and you add a campfire to it, and now you're at a campsite. You could put a couple other things out there, and it totally transforms the scene. You still got the base map, but it's been layered. All right, let's take the campsite away. Let's put a fallen log and a building on it, and now you've got yet another location. So the idea that I had, talking with Josh, who was the guy at Arknight, is we can provide all of these awesome battle mats that you're only going to need so many of. Maybe for the 50-some encounters, you only need 18 to 20 maps. But then you have these different layered pieces that you add to it all to totally change what's there. Doing so gives you these pieces that become interchangeable. Oh, maybe you want to put the campfire as opposed to in the forest clearing. You want to put it in the Underdark or in a cavern and have a campsite encounter down there. So beyond using this stuff for our stuff, you'll be able to use it in your later campaign prep and your campaign information because you have these interchangeable pieces as opposed to, well, I have a forest clearing with an outhouse on it. When am I going to need to use that again? Well, take the outhouse off and you put a tree there and, not a big deal. So I thought that was really awesome and amazing. All the maps and stuff that they're going to do, for that, it's going to be available as one big either add-on or backer level, as well as we're going to get all of the art done for all of the flat plastic minis that you can use for this particular product, and you can be able to get the book, the maps, and the minis so that you could literally roll everything in that book all at once. I'm super happy with.
We're gonna have some unique pieces, right? Like one of the encounters is an airship with goblin bat riding bombers.
Yes,
like that's going to be one of the tokens, and that's freaking amazing.
So I was talking to him about that one specifically, and he's like, I was always thinking that goblins needed some kind of aerial things, and goblins riding bats makes a lot of sense. So yeah, let's absolutely do that.
So we're really excited about it. I mean, Matt Mercer has done the foreword; it's already written. He checked it out, and he said he took inspiration from some of the encounters himself, which I know that made Mike really happy to hear. When we told him about that, so that was really cool. And Mike did a really good job over there, and it's gonna give us a chance to pay him as a writer for putting it together. I want to thank Fantasy Grounds for the super chat. Fantasy Grounds version, I know Battle Maps Maker can make it good for VTT, and that's something we have to look at, whether we may actually do a VTT version. And if we have the battle maps already, it'll probably be a lot easier to turn that stuff into tokens and maps for VTT. Whether that's a stretch goal or a level, I don't know yet. We're still crunching the numbers. I know someone asked about the cost, and I know the cost per book is going to be somewhere between $30 and $50, maybe, and because we still have a lot of numbers to crunch, and we're going to do it where, hey, you can just get the PDF if you want, or hey, you bought the hardback book, you're going to get the PDF too. do you want just the minis and the book? You can do that, or you can do the minis, the map, and the book. So we'll have like different variations and bundles and different ways to do add-ons at the end, I'm sure. We're still working with that. We got Christopher Haskins from Nord Games is going to be coming on to help us with the Kickstarter. Between the ones that he's done for Cobalt Press and for Nord Games, has done like over 20 Kickstarters. So instead of us bumbling around, we figure we'll just bring in somebody that knows what they're doing to give us a hand. So print on demand. Yes, we will probably do some kind of print on demand afterwards. So, we sell our products on our own web store, but afterwards we will probably have a print on demand through maybe like Drive-Thru RPG or something, so that people could get it if they want to. It probably is going to be more cost effective though to do it through the Kickstarter.
Right. So Doug says if we sell 4 more from Hit Dice to Heroes today, it will be a milestone. So if you're on the fence and you want to make Doug happy, go ahead and order your copy now.
I wonder which milestone he's talking about, because depending, it might be if you just buy anything on the store. We are really close to breaking a monthly record for us, but we've been doing that every month since we've launched the store in the new year. Which is cool, and some of you guys seem to really be enjoying the 3D printed stuff we have partnered with Scott for. So
Arcania Workshop.
So yeah, that's really great, and he's doing the printing for us. And
that collection is going to grow over time as we get more things that we can sell from his collection. I think it's going to be great.
Well, not only that, we back Shipworks. We're going to be able to sell all the boats, the airships.
That's where I was getting to.
There's all kinds of like critter creatures as well, and I think we're going to get some exclusive turtle humanoids. I meant to say.
Oh, careful now, there, Dave. Yeah. Yes, we have got I think 4 exclusive turtle person miniatures that we're going to be able to sell. I think that's awesome because we back the Kickstarter at a specific level. We are going to get to have our own unique figurehead for the one ship. And we
have to figure out what it's going to be. I'm really keen on the goblin holding the bomb out in front of him.
I think that's kind of where we're leaning at the moment. Now the goblins are small, so I was thinking like maybe like goblins standing on each other's shoulders.
A goblin stack.
So like the goblin stack with the bomb there. Maybe like
that's the figurehead, I think. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the figureheads are usually the size of the entire prow. And goblins are small.
Little.
Yeah, but goblins are small.
It's a big goblin.
Well, so you could either do a really big goblin and be funny, or you could have the goblin stack, and I think that could be just as hilarious.
The goblin stack. I don't know. We could do the goblin stack. I don't know. They already have that in Cholt, though.
Oh, wow.
the goblin battle stack.
So we have to, talk and figure things out as to exactly what that's going to be.
James Leslie, they're all end up Ninja Turtles if there's 4 of them.
Well, I think some of the figures that he had did have those kind of oriental weapons.
Bow staff size, nunchaku, and
katana.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, well, thank you, James Leslie, because he says, Doug, you only need 3 more now.
Kevin Burke, 2 goblins in a trench coat. I think I've seen that somewhere before.
Dimitri Wolf says 2 more to go.
Cool, guys. We really do appreciate your support, and we hope that you're enjoying the products. And I was just so happy that we were able to take what we did with Fantastical Mounts, which I was really happy with the content. And Doug did a good job with the layout, but we didn't have like the art assets and stuff to use for that yet. And then do from Hit Dice to Heroics, and really just blow that out of the water as far as the layout and how everything looked. So now next is we have some other ideas that we want to put out there. I have an idea after we do the Goodly Monsters. I do have an idea to use some alternate mechanics that are or use mechanics that are in 5th edition, but alternate ways to use them with magic items.
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. I know when we went out to Ohio, we kind of did it as a workcation. 6 to 8 hours,
Driving.
Driving. You get a lot of talking done. So we wound up, working on a variety of different things, and we put together a list. And Dave's idea isn't even on the list yet, but we realized that we had 10 product ideas started to some degree or another. And I'm very fickle when it comes to, the thought process in my brain. So if I have multiple things that I can be working on, it gives me I have some ideas on this. All right, well, let me get that thought out there rather than having it lost. And so like the things slowly grow, and then when it's like, all right, this is the one we want to work on, this is what we're going to focus on. All right, now I got to buckle down and get this finished. So it's how my work process goes.
So also Doug brought up another cool thing is we are overhauling the Patreon. So like the plan is to launch that very, very soon. One of the things that's going to come with that is everyone gets a free month of Patreon. Whether you're a patron or not, we're going to put it in a bunch of places. Here's a free month, and this is kind of like what the new patron is going to look at. And it was really tough too, because the new stuff that we have developed and been working on, we were like, all right, which one do we make the free one? We're like, we don't want to make it the best one and have people get disappointed, right? And you don't want to make it the worst one. But it was so hard to pick, best and worst when we're going through them. It's like, what's the second best one, right?
So, some of the stuff that you guys will eventually see, especially when you download the free content that we're going to offer, is that we're going to discuss ideas on our channel, and, some of those things will wind up becoming Patreon rewards, fully fleshed out, fully developed into usable content inspired by that stuff. So I think it's a really good plan that we have in motion, in the works, and I can't wait to start talking more in depth about what things came out of our ideas.
Yeah, so, I guess one of the things we can talk about is the fact that what we're doing is, like Ted said, we do a video with the intent of going, okay, this could actually become one of those Patreon rewards, and we then take that video and we ship it off to a writer. Not us, because we're terrible writers, to be honest with you. Nate is better than me and Ted, technically. And I think we all come up with decent ideas and cool things, but we're just not good writers. So, we then are taking these ideas, we have these videos, and shipping them off to other writers that are doing fairly well in other places right now. We have 3 pieces that were written by Sean McGovern. He does fantastic work over in the DMs Guild. And he even included artwork in these as well. So even have pieces of art they'll be bonuses for those months that he did them. Nerdarchy Doug did a fantastic job and did a great write-up from one of our videos as well. So we have a handful of these pieces. And in the future, we're going to look to other people that are writing. Some people might even be writing products that you already own. So they might be from the DMs Guild. But we're going to take stuff, or not take stuff, but we're going to send stuff to writers that we really enjoy their work and have them re-envision our ideas.
So, we have, as you guys are probably aware, we have the Mage Forge, the Monster Menagerie, the Friend or Foe, the Terrible Terrain, and the Lost Lore. And, those things aren't going to change. So, you don't have to change what your Patreon level is unless, you're feeling inclined to get a higher level or join in. But, the ideas that we have, we present them, as a thing, and then as it gets floated off, it's like, okay, here's the areas that you want to make sure you hit. We got to get a monster. You've got to get a magic item. You've got to get an NPC that can be used as a friend or as a foe, however you want to be able to play it. And the Lost Lore winds up being our catch-all, depending upon, what it is that's there.
And it's really good that we have the catch-all, because the handful of things we've already sent out, we've literally like all the stuff that doesn't fit in the other categories could literally fill a bucket. So we're like, well, at least we have a place to dump this bucket.
Well, the one that Doug wrote was 19 pages long, so like. He just felt inspired by what we said, and he just went to town on it. And I applaud and thank you for that, Doug, because what you've got is mind blowing, and we're not gonna hold on to this and be like, no, let's keep it for something else. We're like, nope, out it goes.
Yeah, and so whatever comes back. So the one downside to what we're gonna do with the Patreon going forward is there's gonna be more variance from month to month, where before it was pretty steady, like you could expect the same, but now it's like, oh, you might get 10 pages of stuff, or you might get 20 or 30 pages of stuff. We don't really know how it's gonna pan out. But that being said, it's gonna be so much cooler than the stuff that we're doing before.
And now Doug is apologizing for having his imagination captured by what we said.
He should apologize.
Don't apologize for doing too much work.
Wear the cone of shame. I do not like the cone of shame. I was just watching Up last night.
Okay.
When we were at the hospital, so. Yeah. So I guess I'll put that out there a little bit too, just because one, a lot of you guys have sent me some well wishing, which I appreciate. But the Scarlet Sisterhood game got canceled, and I just kind of like threw out a blurb of like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make the game tonight. I'm stuck in the ER. I'm fine, but my wife has got some things going on. She's in the hospital right now. She's been there since Tuesday. She's being taken care of. She's improving. My wife is Ted's sister, if you guys don't know. But it was really scary, when she went in and she's had some issues. So we're still waiting, and she's going to be in there at least over the weekend, and even after that she might go to like a subacute unit and not even come home. So all your well wishes were greatly appreciated, thank you. But she is improving, and we will figure it out. So
yeah, we'll just I don't know what kind of people you are out there, but thoughts and prayers are absolutely welcomed.
And I will try not to make snide jokes and comments about thoughts and prayers.
Yes, yeah, well, that's Dave. It's Dave.
But whatever. We're doing our thing, and she's working on getting better, and we're gonna work on staying nerdy.
Yes.
Elfbait, why did Disney never sell a dog collar with a voice thrower? That would be pretty good.
Well, since we're so in Disney's pocket, I'm certain we have that answer, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yep. I don't think RPGs are on their radar.
Yeah, well,
Raven's getting a sisterhood fix watching the old episodes. Cool. And it's a lot of fun. And it stunk too missing last week, because we just introduced, we had all of our players there. We just introduced another player to the game. So the sisterhood has grown a little bit. I think Sam's schedule is evening out at work. So hopefully she'll be there every session. We'll have, all the players there. I suspect she did that on purpose too. Just to throw a monkey wrench in the works for me. But that's all right. I love those guys. Those gals, I should say. They are a ton of fun to run with. And I think they're like level 15 now. So we're getting close to the end of that campaign.
Nice.
Speaking of getting close to end of campaigns.
Well, my game is tonight. Nerder Doug wants to know what kind of scary void magic am I going to be throwing at the players tonight. I also put on the docket to read for tonight was the Blood and Doom Deep Magic. So that offers me some other new options that I can guarantee you. We haven't done the record of that review yet, but I can guarantee that some of that we'll see in the future, throughout the remaining sessions. My players hit level 17 last session, so that leads us with 6 more sessions before the game is over. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how this all rolls. and I haven't written a darn thing because I have no idea what direction they want to go. It's not hard to determine. Final session is going to be in hell with them fighting Narcitus for good or for ill. Don't know how that combat is going to wind up going. But there's a lot of steps that need to be done between being in Gryffindor and fighting Narcitus. And I can write a lot of different options, but I don't have all the guesses that the players are going to want to come up with. Do they just decide, what? We're going to teleport to hell and we're just going to fight our way there? Do they want to summon demons, devils, I should say, Yugoloths, and try to negotiate some kind of backdoor plan? Do they want to do any other surface world prep prior to, going down into the hells? There's lots of different things that can be done, and usually my players are pretty good about sharing their ideas with me, and this time, no. They're not giving me anything. So
I got a plan. I'm going back to Grimgate and enchant my axe.
Yeah, I figured that part, but beyond that part, I got no ideas, and there's really nothing more that I need to do there. So tonight's probably going to be mostly improv. I was trying to think, is there a way that I can incorporate any of this, Easter stuff into tonight's session? Do I do anything with eggs or killer bunnies or any of that kind of stuff?
Rare rabbits.
So, there's lots of things that are on the possibles, but it's going to really depend upon what they want to do.
Killer bunnies from outer space.
No, they would not be from outer space. If they're going to be killer bunnies, they're going to be killer bunnies that have been mutated by the people that want to see you dead.
Well, I guess that makes sense. So, Fantasy Ground College question, did you guys make your goal yet? I believe Doug said we did in the chat. Another question from Fantasy Ground College question is, Alune playing with you all. And yes, Ellie is in the game. We actually got to hang out with her and meet her when we were at Concoction, so that was really cool. And got to play with her in person. She is a great gal. We also got to hang out with the rest of the crew, so that was always really cool. Did I see another question? No, those are the questions I wanted to address.
Vorpal bunny attacks and eggs of delayed blast fireball when cracked. All right, well,
Ted doesn't used to like using fire on us anymore.
No, well, I did make that, but I could make it lightning balls or acid balls. Could just change the element. Thundercats. Oh, sorry. Yeah, had to.
It's been said. Aberrant Almirage. I don't know how you say those things.
Aberrant Almirage?
Yeah, cottontail swarms, necro bunnies. Oh, and necrotic damage will work, too.
Maybe I can do something with the Almirage.
That's... Huh. Now you got me thinking. Juvenile hybrid samurai bunnies. Jackalopes. Oh no more Yeti balls. I've had my fill. I don't know if you guys were watching Saber Dice. It sucks we had to miss the week before because I had no power, so those guys just did a Q&A. And then we gamed this past week, and it was a lot of fun. I think we're having a really good time with that game, and I really like whooping things' asses with my whip. I always miss with the short sword, but the whip is I've gotten so many finishing blows with the whip.
Nice.
It's been that part has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, the antics in the Numenera Saver Dice game. The last session was a little weird because most of the session the party was split. So the one character was kind of fighting for her life while the rest of us were just trying to find her.
Well, the rest of us were having a drink. We're in the bar. Elf Base says hoops from Gamma World. That would work. That would definitely work. So I guess we got that going on tonight. We're still trying to figure out how many players we have.
Well, we don't know if Nate's going to show up. We don't know if your son's going to show up. I think the only one I know for certain was planning to be here was Kurt.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and you, of course.
Yeah,
Mark, you're already here.
Mark is usually pretty good too for gaming, unless he's got something going on. But he usually lets us know ahead of time. So.
Right. But yeah, so don't know what's going on with Ryan. I'm gonna assume that at this point in time that Adam is just done.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while, and my son has been pretty spotty as well, and he's looking for a job. So.
Right. So, yeah, I could just call it and get down to that that manageable group of 5 and see if I can not slaughter you all with what do you call it, Narcitus and his evil horde.
So now Mike Capuch, I think he asked something about Elric. I think he asked. There it is. Ever thought of running an Elric of Melbourne based story? The problem with the Elric story is he's very anti-hero. It's a good read. I enjoy those reads. I enjoy reading that, and I enjoyed the story. I don't think they make good D&D stories though. And also, it's a solo character for the most part. So, inserting that into the game where it's a group of people is really hard.
That's the sad thing about some of our favorite stories is they're not going to translate well. You can take concepts and our mantra for a long time has always just been steal wherever you can. Inspiration from books, movies, TV, real life, what have you. Pull it into your game and have fun with it. Absolutely. But most novels, they're just not going to translate into, well, I'm going to run this story for my game without a major overhaul of your plot lines and what have you. And then that then takes away a lot of the choice of your players.
Never mind. He's saying for a big bad.
Well, then there you go.
That's perfect. That's fine.
Yeah, do that.
Or Malice. Let's see. Malice Dark Soul. Was it Malice Dark Soul? It was from the Warhammer fantasy. It was their dark elf, and they did. There's I don't know if it's a trilogy or if it's what. I think it is a trilogy, but he's one of the dark elves, and they're just so friggin' horrendous. And he spends I think the whole series is basically him trying to get his soul back or something.
Yeah, you say Malice, and the next thought in my head is Destria.
I bet someone in the chat knows. I don't remember his. I don't remember the surname. I want to say. I want to. Oh, Ryan will be there. And then it just popped up on both of them. But yeah, so Ryan will be playing tonight as well. Good. But the name of his mount is because they had these crazy war lizards they would ride,
cool.
Which were kind of cooler than the ones in Forgotten Realms. I feel like. But his mouse name was Spite.
No, but you mentioned,
Oh, maybe it was Mouse Darkblade. Mouse,
Did they say it? They say
Mouse Dark Soul, yeah.
But you say Malice, and, the first thing that comes to my mind is Malice Destria, which, was our, evil goddess in our old campaign world.
Yeah, we really should just sift through our old deities and see which ones we just want to keep.
Gotta find the information.
I thought I had found the binder, and there was something else in there instead. I have to look because I had this giant blue binder, with all with the plastic sleeves, just full of stuff. And it was our whole Oathganya campaign from back in the day when we used to take really detailed notes and write things out. There was a world map, there was town maps, there was a lot of stuff in there. The pantheon of 30 gods was completely filled out.
30 gods, what their for 3rd edition, what their domains were, what their alignments were, all this great information, and it was a really fabulous thing because we used to spend hours, all the time just, hey, let's world build and what have you.
That's when life was simpler.
Yeah.
Then you have kids and they wreck your life. So remember, folks, if you're a woman and you have kids, they wreck your body, then they wreck your life. And if you're a dude, they just wreck your life. So.
Put all of your hate mail to Dave.
It's true. My wife will be like, hey, how come we don't do this when so-and-so is we're going here or going there? Because we had kids. Remember, you wanted kids. That's why we can't go to nice places and have nice things. Raven. Oh, new PDF. Find it. LOL. Cool. Thank you.
Says you don't have a book of gods you've killed throughout the years. No, we don't generally play campaigns where we get to kill gods. That's never really been our style.
We don't stat them. If you stat it, they will kill it. Says Spoonie.
That is true.
Elfie, my daughter recently asked for access to my old game notes.
Yeah, he was actually telling me that she was looking to run something. So that's always a great achievement for a gaming dad when the kid is like, all right, I want to run my first game.
So, all right. So, what's the deal with the video quality? It's probably because we have to run it through so many friggin' programs to do live because we're using our actual good camera. And maybe we should do something. Maybe you should do something else for. I gotta look and see if there's another option. But we are using a DSLR, which you can't technically use them to shoot more than X amount of video because they shut off. But we have a program that sets them up and uses our camera as a webcam. And then it has to go through an encoder so that we can actually put it on YouTube. So I'm sure like going through all those programs does not help.
So Uncle Peter wants to know, it's a question for me. He's like, will Ace and Shardgale make an appearance at the final encounter?
Maybe it's the blind seer.
The blind seer that he would be referred to as.
I'm gonna be like Nate. Just prepare at least one daylight spell.
So the only way to know that is to get to the finale and watch it.
Bards have tried the Elgato Cam Link. I don't know if that'll help though, because it'll still be like it would still be that intermediate program running to the encoder. I mean, it might work. I'll have to look into it. If you could email me a link, that would be awesome. Nerdarchy@gmail.com.
All right, so we've crossed the 40-minute mark, and we have a couple things that we want to make sure we talk about.
All right, let's show off what we got from Fat Zebra Games, maybe?
Fat Zebra Designs, I believe, yes.
No games involved.
Yes, no games. They just design. All right, so several weeks ago, months ago, whatever it was at this point in time, we showed off an awesome battle mat that we were giving away. And as opposed to just the ye old basic cardboard tube that says battle mat, we get this army colored with the cool, the cool top.
It even pops when it comes off.
It even pops when it comes off. And inside now comes with an eraser and the markers and the dice.
Okay.
And of course it's stuck.
You grab one and I'll grab the other, and it's just us coming flying.
Well, you know what? There's, the internet is full of videos like that.
Don't forget to tip your servers, and we'll be here all week.
Tip your wait staff. So, as has been previously shown, there is a ye old basic battle mat.
Yay.
Now, these ones here are double-sided.
Ooh.
So you've got your, basic white, your parchment color. You've got stone, and then on the other side, you've got grass. I don't know, you guys can see the green there.
Yeah, you can show it up.
So, we have 2 of these sets to add to our awesome giveaway pile. And I will wait till we're off camera to
throw everything. Slightly used, folks.
They are in excellent condition still, I promise you. So thank you to Fat Zebra Designs for sending us those guys. So we will break them up. There's obviously no need to send 2 packs to a single winner. So we'll incorporate something else. Hopefully something small, because the size of these tubes is a bit of an issue for shipping. But we'll worry about that part. You don't have to worry. So as always, our giveaways are done. The first we draw a winner the first week of every month. So next Saturday we'll have a giveaway. I don't think we actually picked what it will be yet, but we'll figure that part out.
Oh yeah, today's your last day to become a patron for this coming month.
And that's that. Today is that, and our our giveaways are done via Patreon.
But not part of Patreon.
But not part of Patreon or YouTube or Twitch or Facebook or anything.
We're not even involved, to be honest with you.
People send us stuff, and we then send it to you guys because you're awesome. If you don't want to be a patron but still want to take part in the giveaway, there is a contest thing. Page on our site, nerdarchy.com. Just look for the contest thing. There is a thing that you can fill out and mail to me every month. There's a P.O. box that it goes to. You fill out that form. I enter your name into the list. Random number generator generates who wins.
Mike, email me. The thing we use shipping for, that's completely different, like the contest. But do email me. I want to talk to you because you may be able to help us out another way about that. So as for the contest, like being a patron automatically just enters you into the contest instead of having to fill out the form is all.
Yes.
That is all that does to you, even at $1. And there's times where we give away prizes that are worth, $60 or more. Usually it's at least $30.
On average, it's 50 or more is what we aim for. We have given away stuff that's $70 plus $100. So there's definite definite advantage. You win once and you're covered for years worth of.
Depending what level you're at.
Sorry, at the dollar a level.
Yeah. So there's all that. And now I guess we should mention the easy roller gunmetal dice winners. So, and first of all, thank you, Easy Roller. They have been our longest standing sponsor, and they sponsored us even when we were a little tiny channel. So they will always have a fondness in my heart for giving us a shot and sticking with us. So I like those guys, and I get a little emotional. I almost feel like Lightning McQueen when he decides to stick with Rusty's. Yeah. So Ted is going to be sending out the email at some point within the next day or so. And we're going to need two things from the winners. We're going to need what color dice you want. So you'll go over and just look at the gunmetal dice. Maybe include a link in the email so they know exactly what to look at.
That's a good idea. I'm very glad you mentioned that.
And the other thing is we're going to need an address to ship it to so we can give that information. And we only had 2 U.S. winners out of the 5. We've got a Russian, Moscow, I believe it was, and 2 Canadians.
All right.
So we got Steve Mallon, Kaylee Turing, Randy Pfeiffer. I wonder if Kaylee's related to the person that invented the Turing. It's a computing thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Randy Pfeiffer, Mark Williams, Evgeny Boltatsky. I'm going to butcher it. How do you read that one? What do you think?
Bogatsky?
Yeah, what about the first name? Even the first name.
Evgeny Bogatsky.
Evgeny Bogatsky and Mark Williams, Randy Pfeiffer, Kaylee Turing, and Steve Mallon.
So there you go. Those are the 5 winners. Most likely, because tomorrow's going to be full of family stuff. I will try my hardest to get this email out then. If not, it will probably not go out till Monday. But I will send that email out. I will request that information. I'll do my darndest to get a great link set in there so you can be able to see what's going on.
Cody Sams, only 2 U.S. winners. Sounds like shipping may require a second mortgage. Yeah, sometimes that's tough. I mean, what's the most we've spent on shipping so far?
The last package I sent out went to the UK and it was like $68.
Curse you, UK!
No.
Not the people, just UK, just the island.
Just curse their shipping methods and why it costs so much. Because for whatever reason, going to the UK or going to Australia costs a ridiculous amount of money. But that's on, just like I said earlier, that's on us. We eat that cost as part of sending you guys awesome, cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us, liking, sharing, watching videos, commenting, going over to the website, commenting and stuff on Facebook, tweeting at us, all that good stuff. Like I've said many times, without you guys, we would just be like screaming to the void. So
we would be having these nerdy conversations in Ted's basement or on the phone. And we're going to sit and talk nerdy stuff. So might as well talk to you guys and you guys can be a part of our lives and we can be a part of yours.
Yeah. So Nate is doing a reminder for the Patreon. Also, Patreon rewards for this month is Mage Forge, Rainbow's Triumph, Monster.
Servant of the Blood, friend or foe is Rainbow the Transformed. Terrible Terrain is the Transformation Ritual, and the Lost Lore is the Ranger Archetype Cursebreaker.
Yeah, so the question is, Nate, did you fix your car yet?
Wow, Cody Sam says $60, not bad. Spent $82 shipping somebody to Japan.
We have not shipped to Japan yet, so Japan might be our worst enemy yet. We don't know. Our nemesis. Just for shipping, though. Just for shipping. And we know we do have a couple fans of Japan that have showed up for the live chats and stuff in the past.
Nate said, I made it home barely.
Oh, he wasn't home where he broke down?
He was at AutoZone.
Oh, okay.
But you bring up the website. So the links are still down in the description below to everything.
Yes, except for the Kickstarters.
Right.
We just send. We used to put RPG-related Kickstarters in the description as well over on YouTube. So if you're watching this on Twitch or Facebook and you want to find the links, just go to the YouTube page. But now Sundays we take these RPG-related Kickstarters and we just put them up on the website, so you can find them over there. Sometimes they're like the awesome guests we had on from one of the previous weeks, or just cool things that Ted stumbles upon on the internet, or one of us stumble upon on the internet. Frog God Games, they just finished up their really successful Kickstarter for their Mega Dungeon, which
Rappinatic.
I always mix up the letters. It becomes like alphabet soup in my mind.
Easy Roller Dice, their Kickstarter should be ending today. So if you're thinking about the Leather Light self-standing dice bags, now is your time to get in on it. And as a way of, thanking them for, sponsoring this giveaway of 5 awesome sets of metal dice, please go check it out and make the determination of, how much you really need one or multiple of these great bags.
Well, I'm hoping they get to their last stretch goal, and it was really close.
I think they hit 30. Is that what they were looking for?
35.
35, okay. Wow.
And it was the same bags, but they were in a dark color with the patterns in color instead. The designs, and the color one, the dark one with the color, looks amazing. That it's so much better. Like the other ones are really cool and look great, but when you add the dark backing with the colored, it was so good.
But also this week on the website, I actually published an article. Long time ago, there was the miniature, the Behemoth, by Gifted Visions, the same guys that made this awesome Kraken over here above Dave's head. There were some issues. I'm not going to get into the full story, but they're trying to save the project. In that article that I wrote, there is a link, as well as the whole story about everything that happened. If you want a Tarrasque-esque Behemoth miniature for your table, go support their project on Project Fuel, and see if you can help them out. And
it's supposed to be the full 16 squares, right?
Yeah. They're making the full-sized mini, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. But if you want to go check that out, go find my article. The links are all there, and yeah.
Yeah, so they're so as of the last email, they need a 4K more for the black. They were like, even if they don't make it, I hope they find a way to make those bags at some point, because they looked really good. Let's see. Mike Ramsey, question: what was the best feeling you've had after a game? My players told me after this week's game I was doing a great job and they're having a blast. Well, that always feels good when your players, give you a shout out at the end of the game. It does feel good to get that confirmation.
When you're not, feeling it, and your players still say, "Hey, that was an awesome session. Thanks for running." I mean, those moments, always make a difference. I sit there and, I as a DM, you always have to try your hardest to make a good session, so that it's on you more so than anyone else to provide a good story and provide a bounce board for rules. So, always give your DMs feedback. Always, thank them for running. It makes a difference.
Hug your DM, please.
I'm not saying that, but
hug your DM. They'll appreciate it.
So Nate says, yeah, I ended up having to tap new threads for the spark plug. Very strange thing happened to the original one. Poor spark plug. But he still didn't answer the question.
Maybe the yes. I don't know. So, Mike, I find like when my Saber Dice game ends, I can't sleep for a while after that game. I'm usually pumped up after it. That game gets played at a really high level with the other players, so I find that one really gets me going. I mean, even like when we play the in-person games, so like I have like a commute afterwards, so you kind of like wind down.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of whatever time the game ends, I'm never just gonna walk to bed and fall asleep. It always takes time to get it out of your system, because you're dealing with more than the caffeine. You're dealing with the adrenaline and everything going on of the game. Doesn't matter whether you're a player or the DM. You're into it. You're excited. You're ramped up.
So Bard's in the Basement, you sent me sent me a link to the email. Thanks a lot. And Richard, I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but you just became a patron, so thanks so much. Appreciate that. You guys make it possible. Oh, that is Bard's in the Basement. But thanks. We do appreciate all you guys. And I'm excited to see what we can do in the later half of 2018. Origins is the next convention that we've got coming up. It looks like I'm flying solo on that one. I'm going to be so lonely. I don't know what to do with myself.
So Doug will not be joining you there?
He could not get time off from work. Curse you, Doug's work.
Well, we'll have to. When is that one? Is that the one that's in June?
Yeah, that's the one that happens like Father's Day weekend. That's the one in June, and then we've got Gen Con after that.
Gen Con, I'll be joining you for that.
We're looking at Gamehole Con, and then we have PAX Unplugged.
Right, which is still going to happen, but there's still no official announced dates.
What are the dice bags they were talking about? What are they? The free
self-standing leather light dice bags. Looks and feels like leather, but isn't real.
I think Doug put a link in the chat as well. So if you, Dimitri Wolf, if you just go up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 6 or so comments, you should be able to see the link and check them out. They look really nice and do have some really great designs. Easy Roller Dice has always put out really, really great products. I've been really happy with those guys, and they're just cool people to deal with. So
100% agree with you, sir.
Yes, curse them. Talking about work.
Yeah.
Well, so hopefully he'll be able to hang out with us at the others.
Oh, the link up ahead is to Ted's Behemoth article.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
If you go to the description below and go to the Kickstarter corner, that will have the link to the self-standing dice bag.
Yes, from the week before.
Yes.
Correct. And there's a will. You can get there. For sure.
Always try our best to, make it easy. Oh, and James dropped the link. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Minions are so good to have minions. Remember back in the old days actually in the old days we didn't even do these live, so
that is true. We didn't have the cool interactivity of the chart, and we would sit there and this week we did blah 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 blah, and yet people still kept watching.
Yeah. Elfbait cursed the airlines for charging money to fly to the East Coast. Curses. Grow wings. Get a pig that flies.
Well, you could always do the massive road trip.
That's true. Well, we've done some road trips ourselves. Have we shipped anything to Ireland yet?
I don't think so, but I'm assuming it's gonna be in that UK.
Yeah, you keep assuming Australia. We keep assuming Australia and UK is the worst, but we haven't seen it yet, probably.
I don't know. I mean, I've shipped to Russia, and it's not bad. I've shipped to Germany, it's not bad.
Have we sent anything to Belgium? I feel like we've sent stuff to Belgium.
I think we sent to Belgium.
We need to
get a map and start.
Yeah, seeing where we ship things to. Now it'll be tough because we have to remember.
Oh, that's what we got the Gmail for.
That's true. James says Flying Pig sounds like a great monster to add into the game. What was it? Samuel Flegel, I think is his name, from One Fantastic Week. does fantasy art, and when we had him on the show, he did like this. He had this giant piece that he did, which was Freya on her winged pig, which that thing is amazing looking. So winged pigs do exist. Well, boar, I guess I should say. Put it on the website. What is it you want on the web? Oh, the monster.
So Nerdarchy has come a long way and growing with no end in sight.
That's true. We are going to keep going. Also, too, like I know we've kind of talked about this. We're right at the time, but I'll just leave you guys with a teaser that we do have some highly produced videos that we had shot by a professional using a multi-camera setup, and they're in the can. So we're just waiting for them to come back and see what they look like. So we're kind of curious. Like we're always looking to see where the next level is for Nerdarchy and how we can grow and how we can produce better content for you guys, better products, better everything. And eventually we want the corporate headquarters where we can start having cubicles to have more nerds actually working for us and getting paid. As opposed to now we have a lot of volunteers. One day we'll be there.
That would be awesome. As always, we accept and love feedback. We love ideas. So if you got stuff you want to share, you got stuff that you want to you want to be like, oh, this will be a cool topic for you guys to talk about, or a product idea. We're always open to any of that kind of stuff. So feel free to send things our way.
Fergal, at this rate, it won't be long until you guys go mad with power. Who says we aren't mad already?
I think we're a long way away from mad with power. Until it's me swimming through a pile of minis the way Scrooge McDuck swims through coins. I'm nowhere near mad with power.
Is that what it takes? Well, anyway, guys, that's the show for today. I want to grab some lunch, to be honest with you. We appreciate all you guys hanging out with us, and so until next time,
stay nerdy.